Today on Trend, we visit an architectural marvel that pulls out all the stops. We'll talk customization and the Goldilocks approach to creating your own furniture design, and a big kitchen transformation to make your house feel like a home. Ingrid, this is such a stunning property, and it's in one of my favorite spots in Victoria. Deep Cove just has so much to offer. It's right on the water, larger properties, and it's just so quiet out here.
And Amy, you're absolutely right. This is such a magical location on the Saanich Peninsula where you just have that retreat feel every day and able to step across the street and enjoy a beautiful sandy beach access where the waters get warm enough to swim, and you really do have a bit of a microclimate out here, and that speaks also not only to the environment and the temperature, but the community and the feel. There's the Deep Cove Market, just a quick drive up, and the wineries and the local farms, and there's a real strong community feel here. And Archie and Agnes were the original homeowners and custom designed, and one of the first to build in this little secret pocket of Towner Road, which is right off the end of Madrona Drive, one of the most popular waterfront locations in Deep Cove. And this is such a special, magical home. One of my favorite eras of construction and design and architecture, built in 1986. And Tom Annandale from Ratio Architecture in Vancouver is synonymous with creating such unique spaces, and the design and the style and the feel, it's just one of a kind.
Well, and what I love is that it's so custom and the architectural design is really stunning. You don't see that a lot nowadays. Everything's so cookie cutter. Whereas out here you have magnificent homes that are hidden away that you don't even really know about.
And that's exactly with this home on this beautiful over-acre retreat property. Not only does it have the space to entertain inside, but also outside, has a fully functional garden. And not only does it have amazing West Coast architectural flair, but also very forward-thinking too. Tang Li is a very well-known architect for solar design, and that's incorporated from, you know, that early technology based. And Archie, having an engineer background, was really prominent in not only the design inside but out. And they wanted to design it with the special style that they had in life too. They loved to entertain. They loved having big, you know, 80s dance events. And you'll see the inside living room is just perfect for having that big party atmosphere and style, but yet really intimate too, with the amount of wood and natural finishes. And really a comfortable design too, though, allowing the family to spread out with almost 5,700 square feet of finished home, which was quite unique back in that era as well.
It really has such a cozy feel to it, and I think it has great bones so that somebody else could sort of put their mark on it as well.
And it really wouldn't take much to bring it up to that next level, but keeping in mind, you know, the elements of what makes it special.
Exactly.
And this is a listing with my colleague Marianne Van Stolk, who's part of my Newport family, and she and I have been working together for almost 10 years, and it's so nice to have that camaraderie. Sometimes it's a co-list. We often help each other on vacation relief, and I am really excited because she's also a longtime resident in Deep Cove, so she knows the ins and outs, and she agrees this is a really, really special home. So I'd love for you to have her give us a tour.
Okay, let's go in and take a look. Marianne, it's so great to see you.
So great to see you too. Welcome, ladies. Come on in.
Okay. Oh, wow. This is amazing. Would you look at that light? You don't see that every day. This property is amazing. From all the unique features we just saw inside to this beautiful yard.
And Amy, the center atrium is really the focus as you first come in. The commanding over 25-foot ceiling heights, it really sets the stage for, just this amazing fun energy.
They're focused on the entertaining features like the mirrored bar, the hot tub off the dining room. I can only imagine the entertaining that happened here.
You know, it just is one of those really special properties that you don't see every day, and we really are hopeful that Marianne can find a new family to really capture and enjoy all of that special.
And it really is a family home with all the bedrooms being located off the mezzanine where you still get all that natural light from the cathedral ceilings.
And you know, that's such a unique feature where, again, you've just got that space for such a flexible layout and family options. It really provides just an amazing array of future opportunities.
Well, let's talk about the yard for a second, because it is so vast that you have room for a complete garden where you can grow all of your own food or have beautiful flowers and bushes, but everything's already mature, so you wouldn't even have to add anything to this.
And the amazing southwest exposure and the privacy and the fact that people are looking for that outdoor retreat space and being able to, you know, have the opportunity to grow a little bit of their own food. It really is synonymous with Deep Cove living as well. It's very popular here, and it's just an incredible package.
It really is. It's something that you can't recreate. Well, Lena, I love coming to the showroom and seeing all of the new product that you guys always have.
Thank you. Well, it's easy to get inspiration when you're surrounded by so many beautiful things.
And you have such a presence on Vancouver Island. You have the 3 stores.
Yes, Victoria, Nanaimo, and Courtney.
And how long has Victoria's store been around?
We've been open around 20 years.
That's amazing. One thing I love about your product is that you have so many different styles that fit into a lot of genres, can really fit everybody's taste, but everything's customizable as well.
Yeah, I would describe Lazy Boys having very timeless styles that you can really, like you said, customize. You can, it's amazing how much you can change a piece of furniture just by your upholstery choice.
And when we're talking about that for the viewers, say I have a sofa, you choose something that you like the lines of, but you can change the fabrics, you can change the firmness of the foam.
Yes. Some other things that are customizable is you can change the fabric on your pillows if you like. Leg finishes are also customizable. Like you said, the firmness of the seat cushion, they all come with a really supportive comfort core, a multi-zone seat cushion, or you can always upgrade to a temper response memory foam seat cushion that gives you, it's a little more firm, it gives you a little bit more support, more even feel as well.
Well, it really is sort of the Goldilocks scenario. Everybody has a different comfort level, and maybe things like a bad back, and they need something a little bit more firm. Or other people want something super plush that they can just sink right into.
So the standard seat cushion would be that, that initial sit is going to be a little bit softer for them. Someone who wants a firmer sit would want to maybe choose the temper response.
And then choosing different styles too, with different depths or sizing to suit your body type as well.
Absolutely, yeah. The seat depth is not quite as much, and others you can really curl up into even, there's so many different ones to choose from.
And then really completing the look with the hard finishes as well, whether it's changing up the style of the coffee tables, lamps, decor.
Right, and there's so many different ones to choose from. Like right now we're seeing a lot of things with curved lines. You might want something a little bit more traditional. You want something with a little bit more detail, like a reeded front or a fluted detail on it or something like that. There's so many things to choose from that are really current that you can use to really freshen up your space as well.
And as a design consultant, you can help them pull it all together.
Absolutely. That's what we do here. We have a really amazing complimentary in-home design service as well. So we can come out to your home, we can measure your space, or we can work from floor plans. It's really for people who are committed to purchase that really maybe need a little bit of extra help with maybe a color story or their layout, or even just making sure that their furniture, the scale of the furniture that they're choosing is going to fit really nicely in the room.
It's so nice to have somebody to help them pull it all together. One of the most important components to a great design is lighting. It needs to be functional and beautiful. Depending on what time of day it is, it has to have lots of options. You want to have great task lighting. So in my home, we put pot lights. We wanted something that was going to light the entire space, whether it's a dull day or maybe just late at night. We also added the layer of accent lighting. Now, this was super important to me. We went with Allura lighting in my home. It was something that we wanted to really add the jewel to the space. So whether it was a chandelier or beautiful sconces in the ensuite, they really just add that element to the room and create the entire look. On the exterior of the home, we went with Cusco lighting. We did an architectural up-down so that it actually washes the building and we see the texture of all the finishes. Lighting's something that you really have to put a lot of thought and planning into so that it just turns out perfect. Mike, we're here in a beautiful custom kitchen that you completed, like 6 months ago?
That's right. Yeah.
It's stunning. And I think that the customization is such an important key because you're not just putting together standard size boxes and hoping that it looks great in the end and is kind of functional.
Yeah, we really do focus on trying to take a space, make it as functional as possible, and then given those parameters, build the cabinetry to fit. And it gives us a chance to really make something special. And instead of having things that are kind of stuffed in there because they have to, we can balance out an entire wall, for example, and make sure it's not only beautiful, but functional.
And really, the planning is just as important as the actual building. I mean, in this particular kitchen, we had a wall here in front of us with an eating bar that really closed off this kitchen. And when you have a stunning view like you do, it has made all the difference just to open it up.
Yeah, and I think that we're finding too, and trying to let folks know that it is important to look at things like windows. You'd think, oh yeah, they just changed the window. Well, it may be many months before that can be delivered. And the same with appliances. So the idea to plan ahead as they come to us, we can help make sure that the timing works out for an entire project.
And I mean, there really is a desirable timeline and order that you should do as well, and it won't work for every job. But when you can, coming to you as soon as possible, before they've even started the design or anything, is a great start.
There are things very early on that could have a major impact onto the schedule, and we can help work with that.
Well, and also with appliances, a lot of people say, oh, well, I'll just go with a 36-inch refrigerator, do the kitchen design, and then I'll go out and look. But nothing is standard or installed the same.
That's correct. And there are lots of different options now as well, including those that are very tall fridges. And also an increasing number of kitchens are using a panel ready for their appliance package as well. So they can maybe moderate the amount of stainless, for example, that might be in a kitchen, just as a choice. And it is important to know that ahead of time.
And I like to ask my clients to actually come up with an inventory of everything that they have to find a home for, because there might be inserts and organizers that can help make it the most functional space possible.
That's exactly right. And fitting those functional units into a kitchen is really the difference between something that's custom and fun to be in versus you're having to fight with things all the time.
This kitchen is a great example of that. I can't get over how much storage you've actually fit into the space.
Right. It is important to have all that extra storage, and finding a home for it, building the cabinetry and drawers, for example, to fit that is something that can be done right at the beginning, for sure.
And even customizing things, like I love this door over here. You're hiding the fact that you had to put a tiny little cutting board cabinet in there, which normally you'd have the teeny tiny door and then a huge door beside it, and it just doesn't look great.
That's right, and we did that. We also used the ends of the cabinets on the island, for example. They're not really deep, but we made that a cabinet in between the posts. And so there's ways to sneak out some additional storage as you might be able to capture those spaces as well.
Well, thank you so much for sharing this beautiful space with us,
Awesome.
Mike.
Thank you so much. We're happy to do it.
Go global with Newport Realty and Christie's International. Retreat to an island paradise where lush hillsides overlook powdery beaches. This is Layan Beach on Phuket Island, Thailand. Take in the exotic beaches, delicious cuisine, vibrant nightlife, and culture. Thanks to the easy way of life and low cost of living, Thailand welcomes mass amounts of foreigners every year, both tourists and new residents. Villa Layan is a rare and desirable family home, or a standout rental property commanding premium rental rates. Rooms are on the grand scale, with high vaulted ceilings on the upper levels and mostly open floor plans. Plentiful use of marble, granite, stone, and hardwood timber combined with simple wall finishes and elegant furnishings to create an authentic beach house feel. The villa boasts 6 bedrooms and 7 full bathrooms and 8,600 square feet. I'm Haley Watling, going global with Newport Realty and Christie's International.
Jordy, we're in such a cool spot here in Oak Bay. It's right in the heart of all the action, and yet it's so quiet and private and absolutely beautiful.
Amy, I knew you'd like this one. This one is about lifestyle.
Yes.
You talked about the location and being right in the heart of the village. You know, there are very few properties, whether a townhouse or a single family home, that has that sense of engagement with the village and the community. So I'm excited to show you what we have here. But as you mentioned, it's all about location and lifestyle. And it's really rare to find something that sort of encapsulates a good quality luxury build with great style and location. And this is it.
Because it's in the highly sought after Oak Bay neighborhood. What is it that makes Oak Bay so special?
You know, it's crazy. Growing up here, it was really quiet. It was the tweed curtain and it was very, very staid. And what's happened is over time, the demand has continued to grow because of it has beautiful homes, great location, proximity to the ocean and parks and schools. But what's happened is there's almost like a new transition of younger generation, younger families. And now what we're seeing is a real change of the guard, if you will. And it's lovely seeing the generations come together and create a really vibrant community. So Oak Bay is dynamite. If you're not familiar with it, it's one to check out and explore.
And it really has a real wide variety of properties as well, whether you want large properties or something like a townhouse where there's not a whole lot of maintenance that you have to look after.
And that's a really good point. Depending on what you're looking for, we are now finally seeing a little bit more diversity. Because in the past, many found that it was a little bit outside of their range, their budget, because demand was great, the homes were big, and of course prices were up in accordance with that. But now what we're seeing is we're a home like this, you know, a 3-story townhome, but right in the village, really at a different level than what we've seen in the past with other more expensive stately homes, if you will.
And what I love is that it is within walking distance to restaurants, the beaches. You just essentially leave your door and you're in another area.
It's true, and I'm surprised that you didn't mention the Penny, the pub. I mean, it's literally, you literally open the door and you're walking there. But all the great shops, all the great restaurants, schools, parks, the beach. So again.
And if you feel like going downtown, it's literally a short little drive or, you know.
Yeah, it's true. And if you don't know Oak Bay and the proximity, it's about 5 to 10 minutes to downtown, depending on how fast you drive or what mode of transport you take. But central and yet secluded, if that makes sense. It's a really special part of Victoria and continuing to grow in demand.
And I mean, it's my neighborhood too. I love it here. And until you actually join the masses, I don't think you realize how special it is.
You know, you're right. It's easy to come by and visit and immediately fall in love with everything that the community has to offer. But once you're here, it's almost like that initial hope and desire for it to be everything that you hoped it was and thought it would be really turns out to be exactly that. It's better than what you expected. So lots to offer, and again, really excited to sort of share this home in the setting of Oak Bay, which is just incredible.
What I love about this home too is there's so much located on the main floor, but then you also have lower floor for extra room if you have guests and all that sort of thing, and then still great size rooms.
and the upper floor as well. So, I mean, what this townhouse offers is incredible function, incredible style. We talked about sort of the location, but you have this open floor plan.
Yes.
You know, from this end of the home with a bright western exposure all the way through, you know, past the dining room, the living space, and then of course Juliet balcony out to the street and everything that the village has to offer.
And they've done such a great job with the design because it's a newer home, but it just fits right into the neighborhood with some character on the exterior as well.
Absolutely. And as you'll see from the exterior shots and the photos, it really is a really timeless looking build. Great thought went into it from day one, and the continued support and maintenance has kept this building really highly sought after and instantly recognizable as you get into the village.
What I love, Jordy, is that no matter what your clients want, and everybody's a little bit different, you really take the time to get to know them and help them find that perfect property that can either be their forever home or something for a few years, but something that just really is a great fit.
You know, I appreciate you saying that. And what I've learned is over the years is that real estate really is about relationships. I think there's an incredible amount of people. There's a large quantity of realtors. And what it comes down to, and the separation between, I think, those that are doing really well, understand the significance of relationships and understanding what your needs and wants are, as opposed to just saying, here's the home and here, let me tell you all about it.
Yes.
So thank you again for recognizing that. I take a great deal of pride and effort into understanding what my clients are really looking for and what's important to them, taking the time to slow down, and also being able to say, you know what, based on what you told me earlier, this isn't the right home for you.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
let's go find the one that is. So again, thank you.
That's really part of that adventure. Thank you so much, Jordy, for having us here today.
Amy, my pleasure. Thanks for stopping by, and great seeing you again.